What's up, guys? Dave Guest here with GuestBrands. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to create a little business overview here and peel back the onion on how we did 25K in January. Hoping to help small business owners and operators get 30 to 100 customers in the next 30 days. So can definitely do way more than that. Just wanted to kind of showcase this for any nightclubs, bar owners, restaurants, and or promoters. I know times are tough right now, so I can just take you through this. So our new GuestBrands dashboard here, super powerful and interesting. There's so much stuff that you can do with it. It's unbelievable. So, I was using Scipio for two-way SMS text. Then I had MailChimp as my campaign manager for email and a CRM to back that up. I was probably paying over $1,000 in just in CRM, email, SMS, text, all that stuff. Now we've got all of our functionality here in our dashboard. So I'll go over that with you real quick. Peel back the onion a little bit back onto what I was able to do with my team for January. We were selling COVID tests at a time that, it was a trending product. I think some of you guys have trending stuff as well, so you can get some similar results here. But we were using email campaign, SMS, and call. Our dashboard here, if you can see the launch pad, integrates with a bunch of different things. You can connect to your Facebook business page here. You can run lead ads so that it'll come into your dashboard here. You can connect a bunch of different things here, whether it be Google or it does Google My Business. So that's a really, really cool feature. Conversations as a dashboard has everything housed in it, whether it be a phone call, a voicemail drop, a voice drop to somebody. It also does a ton of other stuff between call recording, so you can hear your hostesses, fielding the calls and potential reservations, or you can set this up with different people to call out. So I can go into calendars and create somebody that's maybe a bottle service person would be booking out a calendar for either calling or having conversations about bottle service at the nightclub. And maybe you want to do an offer. Maybe it's we're calling it guest ads, but maybe you want to do an SMS text out to 5,000 new people. We can help you add people in your specific niche. We're doing 5,000 people at a time, essentially adding them in here. But let me just take you through how all this stuff functions. So we looked at the conversations a little bit here. You can actually save templates. So I can go back in here and I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I can just basically save a template and use it for the conversations. As you can see it here, we can do a missed text call back, real easy. And then we can actually use this call button here and just dial out, or we can go to our contacts and I can just literally start calling people here by clicking this button and hitting call. So I can set up a power dialer if I have, people reaching out via cold call. The conversations here are really, really convenient and easy. So with that comes contacts. What we've been doing a little bit here is to kind of just, we're cold calling pharmacies, anybody that would buy COVID tests at this point, but I can import contacts here. I can export them. I can also, add tags if I want to add, Abigail had this lead on the date, or when I upload stuff, upload contacts into here. Hopefully they'll have an email and a phone associated to it. When I add a tag, I can specify a certain person or a date or anything to keep track of it. And I can search for that here in the search bar, or I can search for it up here in the search bar. A lot of these are campaign driven, so workflows are really, really great with this. We can create triggers that basically will at an event, if somebody calls in, send them an SMS text message back or whatever we want to do there. So let's just get into the calendars real quick. This calendar system is pretty awesome. The way you can add it by location or add people into these sort of campaigns, really helpful for tracking as well as merging calendars and or by location. If you're a bottle service sort of nightclub, I would have maybe a bottle service kind of outreach program. That might be more of an in-person kind of experience. Maybe it's a concierge program and you're going to have your bottle service team kind of hit up a bunch of Marriotts or concierge people in the neighborhood that can help drive traffic to your either bottle service or your club. So let me just move this over a little bit here. Another great feature with this is reputation management. So anybody that has come, maybe it's a nightclub or it's a bar or a restaurant, after their visit, you can actually send a custom SMS text that says, "Hey, thanks for choosing this restaurant. We love it so much. If you could recommend us." You can send that immediately. You can send it in a day. You can send it whenever you want. You can also do an email instead of an SMS, if that's a little bit less personable for you. I know some people are a little weary about sending texts as businesses. I mean, I'm seeing it a lot these days. So we're calling that sort of the outreach as guest ads, SMS texting, a nice offer to get somebody in the door. No shame in that. It's pretty dog eats dog world out there. So with our email marketing, I'm able to create, this is almost like ClickFunnels. As I said, you got Infusionsoft, Keep, you've got so many different things out there, but none of them talk to each other, right? So all of this stuff is the same in the same portal where it all talks to each other. So I can go into, this is our last offer here, for an outreach email that I built, and it's not fancy, gets the point across, having a hard time finding a test. Problem, agitate, solution is kind of the thing we preach here. So people can click and, as a business trying to stay open through COVID, buy some tests. So, we were able to do pretty well last month with that stuff. So as I build stuff out here, it's a lot like ClickFunnels. You can actually load in your ClickFunnels if you're already using ClickFunnels and have all that stuff housed in here. You can send a test email to see how it looks to yourself. Or you can just go right away and say, okay, cool, that looks good. I want to do this to all my contacts. So it'll tell you how many contacts it's going to, or you can just choose one. You can schedule it now. You can do a drip campaign. As you can see here, there's a lot of options. If I hit all contacts, it'll load in 8,200 people. I know that for sure. In fact, when I go over to my dashboard, I'll go over to my Mailgun dashboard here just to show you some of our strategic analytics, dive in a little deeper. So this Mailgun is using an SMTP server, which kind of hides your email, your domain name, and it essentially lands in your inbox instead of your spam box. So you can see here, 93% delivery rate. As I go into my, let's go back over here, settings, we can look at some of these campaigns that I most recently sent. Emails change all the time, so you notice the failed is 381. Not a big deal. As you saw, my bounce rate was less than 5%. That's a key performance indicator we're trying to stay below. Opened, almost half of the people opened it. On this one here, I got a little bit less, maybe a third of the people opened it. That's still a really good rating for opening. So we're finding that sending links and sending emails, if you make it a little prettier and make it more interesting, people are actually going to click on it. So with that said, we do websites as well as, all sorts of digital marketing for people. We've noticed a trend as people go away from services and into systems. So, if I'm doing a interruption marketing campaign, and what I mean by interruption marketing is Facebook usually, or Instagram, it's somebody's, got a dental offer for you and you're looking for the dentist. It's not that you need to go right now, but you need to go, and you pick that $100 off ad that you see, and it's a little bit more of an interruption style marketing. Whereas Google ads, much more intent driven. I need a plumber. I need it now. I'm going to click on that. We've noticed that we've been able to do some funnels and predetermine some of these guys. I was doing this for a guy in San Francisco named Micah that wanted to do an e-com strategy, and his little product that we programmed in, we did 3 different offers, and we did $1,000 ad spend, and you noticed 75% of people are going to drop out right away. 25% of people will move along the funnel here. So we just built a little custom funnel to show how that would do for him. Now, negative $839 a month is not a good return on investment, right? But you may get some return customers. If you have a viral product that's trending, maybe you'll get a lot better return on that. But when we looked at Facebook, here we go, at LinkedIn, the LinkedIn one was actually I did this for a restaurant catering program. Somebody down in the South Bay wanted to do a catering offer, so we plugged the $1,000 into that catering offer and saw what came out. Now, if you have corporate capabilities and stuff, this system is awesome for all of that. I even have a big LinkedIn sort of automation tool that if you book a call with me, I'll be happy to share it with you. And you basically get 400 new people in your niche to connect with, and send a pretty soft message, a warm message to start, and you can make it a little salesy or even follow up with an email from the side as you gather their information. So this one was a little bit more profitable. In terms of ads and things, we're noticing that Google and Facebook are pretty hefty up front, but then when you get into sort of the SMS and other stuff, I talked a little bit more about the review funnel here. It's essentially what it basically breaks out, and it only gives somebody an option to click on a good review. It kind of weeds out the bad, so it doesn't allow people to really leave a negative review. Most of the people are 5-star and above. So we went through conversations that was based through Twilio, and that links in your Facebook Messenger, your SMS. I mean, you basically buy somebody a phone number and they can use it forever. You could buy another phone number for somebody. I think it's $1 a month if you wanted to have multiples. But this all links in through an app. Most of our services are, well, I'd say all of our services are pretty affordable. Our smallest package is under $200 a month. If that's really something that you want to get into, go ahead and jump on a call with us. We'd be happy to help you out. This is a website I did for myself, actually. This is our website. So a good example of me not using the platform to its fullest. Here it is as Calendly, when I could totally be running this on my own calendar within my GuestBrands app. So I'm paying Calendly $15 a month on top of that. So need to go back and change that and fix that. But I just wanted to give you a showcase of how some of that stuff works. A lot of the new rage is getting a chat bubble onto your website. We have that availability too. Just show you how that works here. So as I go to a little chat bubble here, you can put whatever you want and customize it, but as the customer clicks on it, they get to write in. You can actually pick what fields they fill in. So if you want to keep their email address or whatever, you can do that. And then it basically forms a chat bubble and sends it to your cell phone. So the application that we have, which is our higher level plan, allows you to have interaction and unlimited users, unlimited calendars, 24/7 support. So we're there for you in terms of all that stuff. The automations, the workflows, the tracking, all that stuff is so easy to have all in the same dashboard here that it's just cakewalk. So if you want to book a call with us, please do. Again, Dave here, Guest Brands, brand builders, trying to help small businesses get through this pandemic. Hope you guys have a great evening. Cheers. Bye-bye. Video 2 here. I noticed we skipped over a couple key pieces of information on that first video. I promise this one will be shorter. So if I go back into my conversations as we were before, Let's pick another. All right, so this guy here has an email address as well as an SMS address with us, or a cell phone number. You can verify for people with landlines versus just cell phones, because you don't really want to send texts to landlines. It's just going to bounce. So here's our call recording, so we can actually listen to how the call went. But if I wanted to send an SMS text to this person, I can either click this button and just start typing in, or I can even transfer to an email. Again, we can load in templates and stuff really easily. The other thing that this is just really easy to do is just to start calling people. So if I go into my contacts, I can just start clicking this button to call people. Super, super easy to use. I mean, you can call from your MacBook Pro, from the coffee shop with an earpiece, or you can do it from your cell phone. It's really easy to do. So all your contacts and stuff are loaded in right there. The other section I wanted to cover off on is opportunities. So I had Pipedrive, and I actually really liked Pipedrive. So we kind of structured this very similarly to Pipedrive. So as you're getting leads in your contact, you can actually just click the, let's go over here actually. Say this person was a lead here. I can assign it to a person, or I can even book an appointment for them there. But opportunities, as you're calling to people, you can actually, after the call is done, it'll ask you how'd the call go. Do you want to add it to your leads? So this is our pipeline, or hot leads as I called it. It's like a video game, just kind of trying to move people over, get them booked here. So as I move them up, here, delivered and picked up product is the end result. If I actually drop that guy into that category, it's going to send an automated email, because I have a trigger set up so that a Google review goes out immediately when I drop off the product, or the customer comes and picks it up. So that's easy to set up as well. The end result is you wanted to get, one, right? So it's a little bit like a video game there. You can just move people up your pipeline. Real easy for keeping people and leads all in the same spot. Maybe you're doing a bottle service and you got 50 guys that might be coming in for the weekend. Who's going to be putting the money down for the deposit? So maybe you structure this pipeline just a little bit bigger or differently, but you can give different people access to it, and basically I can give this to different people on my team, and they'll show up in their calendar, and they can call them back and get them booked, or get the deposit taken down. If you're doing a restaurant, maybe you have a little side area, you want to do a little raffle so people win a 25-person party with free appetizers, like we used to do at Pat O'Shea's back in the day. If you want more information on how all that stuff works, I'd be happy to share some secrets and some ideas. Book a call with me, www.guestbrands.com. Happy to take your calls, and excited to hear from you. Cheers. Bye-bye. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. And if you made it this far, leave a comment below. Also comment if you'd like us to make another video within the scope of GHL, or another free CRM that we'll leave the link down below for. It's not as powerful as GHL in terms of SMS and phone calling abilities, but it does a lot within emails and domains and funnels and that kind of stuff. So go check out myguestbuilder.com. We're giving away $250 in a raffle. You can enter to win there. We also have a Google Business Profile Level Up course, which we're offering. That's an amazing course. It covers off the most important piece of your Google My Business or Google Business Profile listing. So lots of great secrets in there, including how to spy on your competition and see what categories and services they're offering so you can match them or beat them. Check out all that great stuff. We also have another link in the myguestbuilder.com to get to our automation and bots training. really, really interesting and well worth the value. Goes over how to make TikTok videos and ads, as well as Facebook automations, Instagram automations, Quora, Pinterest, LinkedIn automations. And some of this stuff is really, really powerful and next level. So feel free to book a call with us to hear more. Cheers.